Hi guys, today I am going to take subject max theorems for 10th standard. Theorems for 10th standard examination point of view. I am going to say about some important theorems and all. You already know that 3 marks theorems definitely going to come, then 4 marks also, and there are chances are there for 5 marks also theorems and all. So 3 theorems guarantee they are going to give. So I would like to explain about the theorems. So please follow the theorems and all. So definitely you will gain that theorems marks definitely. See, now first theorem is prove that tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So this will come for 3 marks. So what is this meaning actually? You know what is a tangent? So this circle actually, circle some external point, somewhere external point. If you just draw a line and that line should touch at only one point on the circle, on the circumference of the circle. So that is what we call as tangent. So according to the statement of this theorem, we have to prove that PA tangent and PB tangent both are equal. That is what you have to prove. So how to write the theorem? First you have to write the data. So what are the data are there? What are the statements are given? From there only you have to select the data. So circle they are given. So circle means center definitely will be there. So O is the center of the circle. You should write data. Next what they are saying, tangents drawn from external point. So external point we consider as P. So P is the external point. So which are the tangents you have drawn from external point? PA and PB. So according to statement, that is why we have written this sentence and all. That is what we call as a data. Now what they are asking, two tangents whichever drawn from external point are equal. So to prove, what you have to prove? External tangent is PA and PB. So this we have to prove it as equal. So for this what you have to do? We have to construction we have to do. So one is from center to here, wherever the tangent is touching here circle, so there OA, so that is nothing but radius of the circle. Then OB also, that is also nothing but radius of the circle. Then O and P should join. So this is what a construction we are doing. So next step is we have to go for proof. For writing any proof, there must be statement as well as reason should be there. So first what we are doing is we are considering triangle OAP and then considering triangle OBP. So in that we already know that OA and OB are equal. Why? Because this is radii of the circle. Radii never come differently, isn't it? For any circle, radius will always come equal. So OA is equal to OB. So that is we called as radius of the same circle. Okay, then we already know that tangents if we drawn, that is angle OAP as well as angle OBP, both are equal to 90 degree. Why that is equal to 90 degree? Because we already know that any tangents drawn, and from there the touching point only if you draw the radius, this angle is always will come as 90 degree. So here also, so this is a radius, so where the tangent touching, there only I have drawn that radius. So this angle is 90 degree, we already know. So that is what, so that is why we written as 90 degree. So radius drawn at the point of contact of the tangent is always perpendicular. That is we already know. So that reason you have to write here. Then we already know that any 90 degree right angle triangle, hypotenuse you can see that here OP is there. So OP, that hypotenuse comes common for this triangle also, it is coming equal. So commonly is there. So OP is equal to OP we can write because it is a common side. So okay, so now what you know, this 90 degree is equal to this 90 degree, this common side is equal, then this radius also equal. So side, then this side and angle coming. So RHS, according to RHS theorem, so triangle OAP is congruent to triangle OBP. That's what written. Why means because according to RHS theorem, right angle hypotenuse side theorem. So once that is coming, then we already know that OA is equal to OB. AP is equal to PB. So Y means that is corresponding parts of congruent triangle. So hence these theorems are proved. So they asked to prove that tangents are equal. So we already proved that PA tangent and PB tangent equal. So that is theorems are proved. Next we will go for second theorem. So this will also come for only. So what they are asking is prove that tangent at any point of circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Just now I said this is actually tangent. So the tangent xy is there. So that is touching at the point P. Now OP is the radius. Suppose if you draw that tangent, then this radius where that point is touching, we already previous theorem I said 90 degree, that we have to prove in this statement and all. So how we have to prove? Now just go through the statement only. So they already said circle. So O is the center of the circle, you write the sentence. Then they are saying external, okay, tangents are drawn. So it is the tangent you consider it as xy. So with tangent xy, so it is just having that contact with the circle at the point P. So that statement you write. Now what you have to prove? OP is equal to is perpendicular to xy. That is what you have to prove. So to prove OP is perpendicular to xy, right? Now construction, what you have to construction you have to do? Join this O and this Q. So Q is a point xy where that line we are somewhere we are joining actually. So Q may be anywhere in this xy in the line. Now construction, now we will go for proof. So in the proof you have to write statement and reason. So what you have to write statement reason means we already know that. Now statement and reason you have to write. What you have to prove is we already know that OP is equal to OA because both are radii of the circle only, because OP also radius and OA also radius. Radii is plural form. So then we already know that OQ is nothing but OA plus AQ, because in that OQ we extended, so radius plus extra line is there, so the line segment. So that is why OQ is nothing but OA plus AQ, isn't it? So that's what we written. By understanding this, we already know that, so definitely this OQ must be greater than this OP, because OA OP are equal, so it is more than that is there. So I written OQ is greater than OA. So OA, so more than this is there. So then we already known that P is an arbitrary point on the tangent. Arbitrary point is where it is just touching, that P is an arbitrary point. Now because OP is shorter than the other line segment, suppose see you have to consider this point mainly here. Suppose you have taken any other point, definitely this more than this, wherever the 90 degree radius is touching, that only will come as shorter. All other things, see, suppose you have taken Q here, suppose you move to this side, then also that will be greater than the radius only will be there, isn't it? So if you bring it here also, definitely greater than radius, because we join the line. So where you will get exactly that very shortest distance, only when 90 degree comes only, then only it comes as shortest distance. That is why wherever the shortest distance where you are drawn, so there if you draw that radius, definitely that will come as perpendicular to xy. So hence it is proved. Okay, next we will go for third theorem. So third theorem, so this will come for 4 marks actually. So this theorem also called as Thales theorem. Thales is one of the mathematician. So he just said about the theorem. Now I will explain about the theorem statement also. See, actually triangle ABC is there. Now you are drawing any parallel line. Any parallel line, once you draw, that parallel line, what it will do is that will intersect the two sides, isn't it? So where that is intersecting, so this parallel line to BC, so that is touching at one point at D, another point at E. After touching that parallel line, then if you look at it, these two sides, so that will, and these two sides also will come proportionally equal. So that is what the theorem says. Now you will understand the statement. If a line is drawn parallel to one side of the triangle, that line intersect the two sides. These two sides in distinct point will touch, intersect. Then the two sides are divided, this and this and this and this divided in the same ratio. That is what you have to prove. So now what the statement is saying, accordingly you have to write the data also. What they are saying is in a triangle. So triangle ABC will consider, and DE is a parallel to BC. Now what you have to prove? So it is just dividing proportionally, they said equal. So that means AD divided by BD is equal to AE divided by EC. That is what you have to prove. Now construction, what you have to do? One is you have to join CD, then this side also you should join BE, then you should draw a perpendicular line. So EL is a perpendicular to AD, like that. Here I have drawn DN. DN is perpendicular to AE. So this is what a construction you have to do. Now we have to prove this ratio are equal. So statement reason you write. Now what you have to do is we have to consider the triangle ADE, and then you have to consider the triangle BDE. So this triangle you consider, this triangle also you consider. How you have to consider means that triangle you should see that this and this side should cover up like that. Don't consider this triangle while considering about this side, so that AD BD will come that side. That is why we are considering triangle ADE, then you write triangle DBE. So if you consider this triangle, okay, then this triangle, now we know area of the triangle formula. Area of the triangle, what is the formula? Half into base into height. Now triangle ADE area, so you have to write it as half. So you write, then what is its base actually for this triangle? AD is a base. What is the height? We have constructed already as a 90 degree perpendicular. So that is what height of this triangle. So that is what I written this as EL. Then area of triangle this BDE will come as this base BD, half into BD. Then its height is, see, this is, we should not consider as height and all, because it is going in a cross type. It's not 90 degree. So for this you have to consider this EL only perpendicular, because for this triangle definitely perpendicular height of the triangle will come this only. So that is why I written it as EL. Now what happened? Half getting cancelled, EL also getting cancelled. So why we written means according to the formula half into base into height, that is the reason. Now after cancelling, you will get this both area ratio of the triangle will come as AD divided by DB. So that you consider equation number 1. Next you consider again triangle ADE, and then this side triangle you consider. Which triangle you will consider? So this side we have taken, so AE, so you should cover up this place and all. So you take triangle, okay, CED, or anyway also you can read. So this two triangle area you consider. Same reason, half into base into height. So I have written this half AE, because this is a base, and height is which one? For this triangle we are perpendicular only should consider as height. So DN will come perpendicular, so half into base into height written. Then for this also base will come for this triangle as CE. So EC also I written. For this height also, this is not a 90 degree. So you have to write it as DN only. Now DN gets cancelled, half also gets cancelled. AE by EC will get. That you consider as equation number 2. Now we already know that when triangles parallel lines, if you draw a true triangle and the triangle touches, both triangles are lying on the same base, then we know that both triangles areas are equal. So this triangle area and this triangle area also both will come as equal, because this you have already studied in 9th standard. So that is what I written. Area of triangle this BDE will come as equal to another triangle BCE also. So both comes as equal because they are lying on the same base as well as on the parallel line. So then if we accordingly, so we can say that AD divided by DB, so that will become as equal to the second equation AE divided by EC. So because, and this is we consider as equation number 3 also, because areas are equal, so this also will come as equal. So hence it is proved. Next we will go for theorem number 4. Okay, fourth theorem we will consider. This also will come for 4 marks questions. If two triangles are equiangular, what is meant by equiangular? So I have taken triangle ABC as well as I have taken triangle DEF also. Angle A is equal to angle D. So let us consider this as first angle. Angle B equal to second angle consider. So here also corresponding angles are E. Then this is a third angle C. So corresponding third angle we consider as F and all. So when equiangulars are there, then the corresponding sides are proportional. Proportional means what? AB divided by DE, that is equal to BC divided by EF, that is equal to AC divided by DF will come. So while taking that ratio, should consider the same corresponding angle only. First angle, second angle means here also first angle, second angle should take. So first angle, second angle is AB. So here also you should take it as first angle, second angle, where it is coming DE. Second angle, third angle, where coming BC. Here second angle, third angle comes as EF. So BC divided by F, like that you should write. So that proportions are equal. That is what the theorem we have to prove here. So first what you have to write, data triangle ABC and triangle EDF, that you write here. So in that, because it is equiangular, angle BAC equal to angle EDF. Then angle ABC equal to angle DF. Two angle if you taken is enough. One angle this I already written as equal. Second also I have taken as equal. So two angles written means third angle naturally will come equal only. That need not write here, because we know three angles are added. We know about 180 degree. So when two angles are equal, third angle automatically will come as equal only. So third angle I am not writing. So what you have to prove? This divided by this equal to this divided by this equal to this divided by this, you have to write. That is what you have to prove. Now construction, what you have to write? Construction, you have to take AG in such a way that AG is equal to DE, AH is equal to DF. Then you join this line. So this side is equal to this. That's why I put a line like this. One line put means this side is equal. Two lines I put means, so here size may be, variation may be there. So this size is equal to this size. So accordingly you construct here in this triangle, bigger triangle. Then now we have to write it as statement and reason for proof. So what you have to consider now? You have to consider triangle AGH and triangle DF. Only this triangle, we are not considering this base and all. Only this top and this we are considering here. So while considering, what we can say that, so we already know that AG is equal to DE and AC equal to DF. Then this common angle GAH is equal to EDF, isn't it? Because first angle same we have taken, equiangular. So when two sides equal and one angle equal, so we can call it as SAS postulate. SAS postulate means side, two side equal, already I said. One angle also equal. So according to that, this triangle will come as congruent. Congruent means once you keep this triangle AGH over this triangle, so it will each and every coincide each other without any much difference. That is what we call as congruent triangle. So once that is coming, then we can say that angle AGH is equal to angle DEF, because corresponding parts are congruent triangle. Once that is we have already proved, then we can say that triangle ABC is equal to DF. That means ABC, how much is there? So angle DF also equal. That is in that data only it is given. So data we are written. Once the data are given, then we can say that in this triangle, if you consider AGH angle, how much is coming here? This angle, this second angle will come as equal. Why that comes as equal means, we already know that any line we have drawn, that line is parallel, and once that is actually we call it as a corresponding angle. Once that corresponding angles are equal, then we can say that this angle as corresponding angle equal. So AGH is equal to angle ABC, because if corresponding angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. That's what we written. Then according to Thales theorem, we already know that once the parallel lines are divided, this ratio divided by this ratio will come as equal to this ratio divided by this ratio. So and this ratio divided by this also will come as equal. That's what I written. AB divided by AG, that is equal to BC divided by GH, AC divided according using Thales theorem. Once the Thales theorem comes over here, then we already know that AG is nothing but DE only, because we already constructed same length only. So this also we constructed same length only. That is why I am replacing as AG as DE, then GH I am replacing it as EF, AH I am replacing it as FT. So hence that is also proved. Now next we will go for okay, next let us see about fifth theorem. So this will also come for 4 marks and all. So learn properly. So what the theorem statement is saying is, the area of the similar triangles are proportional to squares of the corresponding sides. So similar triangle means, what is a similar triangle? Size will come proportionally, but angles will come, corresponding angles are equal, we already know. So angle A equal to angle D, angle B second angle equal to second angle E, third angle C equal to third angle F, we all know. Okay, now so that is what the data. So once we are knowing about similar triangle, then we know that its corresponding sides are proportional. That means AB divided by, what is first angle second angle, which side is there? AB. Second angle, third angle, which side is there? BC. Here second and third angle, what is there? EF. So then first angle, third angle, what side is the AC? Here first angle, third angle is DF. That's what I written. That is a data. Now what you have to prove is this area of this triangle and this area of this triangle, that is equal to square of the corresponding side. Square of the corresponding side means now I am taking corresponding side BC. For BC corresponding side is which one? EF only, because second angle, third angle is there. Here also second angle. So this square of BC square is equal to square of EF square. That is what we have to prove. So now what are the construction we have to do? We have to draw the perpendicular, because finding the area we need a perpendicular line. That is the reason I am drawing the perpendicular line. So AL is perpendicular to BC. So similarly you draw the perpendicular DM perpendicular to EF. So construction is over. Now we have to do proof. So for proof, what you have to do? Statement, reason you have to write. Now what I am considering is, I am considering triangle ALB, then I am considering a triangle DME also. If you take true triangle like this, so what you can say that one is here 90 degrees there, so here also 90 degrees there, isn't it? So that we have written here. So then already we know that angle B is equal to angle E. That means ABC is equal to angle DF. That is already given in the data itself. So that also I have written. So once two things are equal, two angles are equal, then the third angle also naturally will come as equal. That is why this triangle, these triangles are similar. So I written it as triangle ALB is similar to triangle DME, because it is equiangular. Equiangular means similar triangles. Once similar triangles are there, we know that corresponding sides are proportional. So which are the corresponding side I am taking? AL. This corresponding side is here DM only. So AL divided by DM, that is equal to AB divided by DE. So I written here. So that is angle criteria for equiangular. So once that is coming, then we can also write it as by data itself. Data itself it is given BC divided by EF, that is equal to AB divided by DE. That is already here data I written. That is what I am written. So by data, once this is comes as equal, then we can write it as AL divided by DM, because here AB by D is there, here also AB divided by. So this you consider as 1, this you consider as 2. So AB DE is there, here also AB DE is there. So this and this will come as equal, isn't it? So that's what written, AL divided by DM is equal to BC divided by EF. So this you can consider as equation number 3. Now you write area of triangle ABC divided by area of triangle DEF. So what is the formula? Half into base into, that is the reason. So what is the base actually? Base. So half into base is BC, here EF. So EF I written, its height is AL, here height is DM. So that I written, half gets cancelled. So BC into AL divided by EF into DM is coming. So once that is comes, then what I am writing is this I am separating, BC divided by EF and AL divided by DM, separating this 2 and all. Why I am separating means, we already know that AL divided by DM here itself, by taking that equation number 3, that is nothing but that is equal to BC divided by EF. So AL by DM I am replacing it as BC divided by EF. Now BC into BC I will get it as BC square. EF into EF I will get it as EF square. So similarly we can also prove that AB square divided by DE square is equal to BC square divided by EF square, that is also equal to AC square by DF square. Hence these theorems are proved. Then we will go for Pythagoras theorem. Okay, then let us see about Pythagoras theorem. So it is marks is 5 marks actually. So what is that Pythagoras theorem says is, in the right angle triangle, square of the hypotenuse, you know what is hypotenuse? So in this triangle ABC, here 90 degree, B is a 90 degrees there. So 90 degree opposite side we call it as hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square if you put, that square of this AC square will come equal to other two square of the sum of the other two sides and the square of the other two sides. What are the other two sides? AB square plus BC square. That means what actually you have to prove? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. That is what you have to prove. So that is what I written. Then already they said it is a right angle triangle, so we consider angle ABC. So where that letter, middle letter comes, there it should come as 90 degree. So B angle should come as 90 degree. That is the data already given. Now construction, what you have to do? We have to, another perpendicular line you have to draw, BD. So BD you have to put such a way that D is 90 degree having. Okay, then now let us see about proof and all, statement and reason you write. Now what you have to consider is, one is you consider about triangle ABC, then you consider about triangle ADB. So both triangle you consider. So in that considering, so here ADB is 90 degree, here ABC B angle 90. So this 90 equal to this 90. Correct. Then AB is common side. So for this triangle also AB is there. For the other side also, angle A also is common. So 90 degree common. Then this angle is common angle is there. Angle BAD equal to, here also BAD coming. So common angle equal, naturally third angle also will come as equal only. So we can say that triangle ABD and ABC are similar. That means equiangular triangles. That's what I written here. Then once equiangular, we know that corresponding sides are equal. So corresponding side means this is a first angle 90 degree. Here first angle 90 degree, which one comes? Here first angle 90 degree here comes. So AB divided by AD, that is equal to, okay, then you come for other sides also, AC. AC is which one? I have taken hypotenuse. So that means for this hypotenuse, for this which is hypotenuse AB. So AC divided by AB, these two are equal. So according to AA criteria we have taken. So once this comes, now you cross multiply this. AB into AB, you will get AB square. AB square equal to this, you cross multiply to other side. So AB square will come as AC into AD. So that you consider as equation number 1. Next you consider this triangle. One is triangle ABC. Okay, then consider triangle BDC. Here also what you can say is, this here 90 degrees there. So here also 90 degrees there. So that two are equal. Then angle C will comes as common angle, because for this triangle also C coming. For this triangle also C is common angle. Once two angles are equal, naturally third angle also will come. So what you can say, two angles are equal, definitely it is a equiangular. That means triangle BDC and ABC are equiangular triangles. So once that comes, we can consider AA criteria, BC divided by DC. So BC is 90 degree and this common angle, BC divided by CD. CD is this side, because here also 90 degrees, here this common angle, here 90 degree common angle, 90 degree common degree. That is why I written BC divided by CD, that is equal to AC. Its hypotenuse is AC. For this triangle hypotenuse is BC. So AC divided by BC coming. Now you cross multiply this. BC into BC, BC square will get. BC square equal to AC into CD. So that you consider as equation number 2. Now what you have to do is equation number 1 and 2 both add. So AB square plus BC square is equal to ACAD plus ACDC you will get. So now by looking at here, you will get common. AC is common is that. So AC you take it outside. Then within bracket you write AD, this AD plus this CD. So AD and CD is nothing but, if you join this both, you will get AC only, isn't it? So AC. So AC into AC, you will get AC square. So hence AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. This AC square is nothing but hypotenuse. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. So according to Pythagoras theorem, we proved, hence it is proved. Then the last one theorem. So this is, we call this as a converse of Pythagoras theorem. This also they will ask for 5 marks questions. So what they are saying is, any triangle, if you take it longest side of that square, then if the longest side of the square, for suppose this longest side is there, so this square if you take, that square is equal to other two side squares, sum of the squares of the other two sides are equal, then you should prove that the angle will come as 90 degree. That is converse of Pythagoras theorem. So that is what the statement is saying here. So what you have to do, consider triangle ABC. Only they are given according to AC square, longest side is AC square. So that is longest side. Then other two sum of the squares, AB square plus BC square. This is a data. They are already given in the statement itself. Now what you have to prove? Angle ABC, here 90 degree you have to prove. ABC we have to prove as 90 degree. So what are the construction you have to do? You have to construct this BD. BD such a way that this is equal to this BC. That's why I put 2 line, here also 2 line. Why I put means, this how much length is there, accordingly you construct another BD. After constructing, then you join this AD. That is a construction. Now we have to prove. So this 90 degree we have to prove. So what you have to do, write statement reason also. We already know that angle ABD after construction, this is 90 degree, because by construction 90 degree, that is equal. Once that is 90 degree, we know that according to Pythagoras theorem, what we know, AD square, because 90 opposite is hypotenuse. So AD square equal to sum of the square of the other two side, that is equal to AD square equal to BD square plus AB square. So that is what we written according to Pythagoras theorem. Then according to data, they already given AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Okay, then compare between this also here. What you have to do is, now compare the triangle ABD and compare this triangle also. Both triangle you compare. While comparing, what we are already, we know that this side is equal to this side, isn't it? And this side is common, because it is common side only. So common side, definitely no variation will come. This already accordingly construction we have done this also. So naturally this also will come as equal. So once this and this are comes as equal, then we call it as a congruent triangle, because all the three sides are come equal. This is equal to this is equal to this is equal to this. So both triangle once as congruent, then we will come to know that here 90 degree, okay, once this angle and this angle added, that comes in the straight line. Once straight line two angles are added, we know it is a linear pair, 180 degree will come. So here already they said it is 90 degree. So this total line is 180 degree. So total angle, this angle plus this angle equal to 180 degree, this angle equal to 90 degree, means 180 minus 90, how much you'll get? That also another angle also you'll get it as 90 degree only. Hence that is also proved. So once that any square of the longest side will come equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, then definitely that angle will come as here 90 degree. Hence it is proved. Okay guys, so I just explained about theorem. I hope you will clearly understand about the theorems and all. So mainly these are theorems will come for examination, that is why I just release these videos and all. So further also I'll think about it, and shortly I'll release some other videos also before the SLC examinations are going on. So all the best for whoever all the SLC students and all. So everybody should do very well. That is hope. I am just releasing. With any other benefit I am not expecting. So kindly share this to as much as possible to others candidates also, and thank you for watching.